This is your reflection, okay?
Okay.
So based on what we talked about last week, we talked about your goal with your students and then feeling how you're gonna accomplish your goal. So do you feel like what we've discussed with our last meeting that you're gonna take and feel like you're gonna accomplish something? Or, and we also talked about how, you know, since you haven't done the assignment yet, you're gonna do that next school year. So that also makes a big difference too. So how do you feel about your goal?
I feel more confident and knowledgeable about using Nearpod, and working with a coach has been beneficial for modifying a unit to enhance student learning. The downside of working on this is just being on summer break and not being able to implement the learning yet.
Sure. Which is going to be a cool thing. So when we meet with each other next school year, and then I can observe and see how the kids are doing, and you know, if you have any changes and things. What do you feel is like the most successful part of using like your lesson with all the changes that you've done with the Nearpod that we've done?
I think the elementary is really working on putting writing standards in this year. So I think based on putting those in, there'll be better additions to the unit with the writing prompts, and it'll be a better way to collect data, see what they're actually understanding.
Nice.
So
good. Do you feel like you're going to add anything different to the lesson once you do have Nearpod done, you know, based on like questions that you ask or some of the music that you choose for like the video, you know, if you don't have something that you don't like, it's not loud enough or something for the students, like those kind of things?
Right. At this time, I guess I don't really know until I teach it again. Because like I said, with being out of school right now, it's hard to tell, but I think once I do it once, then I can probably answer that better.
Sure, of course. Next question. So based on our experience that we've had with the coaching, what do you feel like a positive experience? Has it been something worthwhile that you've done? Would you consider doing something like this again in the future?
My job is to design the music units and create lessons aligned with the music standards, so I feel more comfortable with the technology and learning a new tool. From this experience, I've gained new knowledge by working with Heather, and being the only elementary music teacher and instrumental teacher in the district has challenges. It's just hard to kind of share content with a peer and share ideas and get feedback. But I believe the skills that I learned are going to be helping me be more comfortable and proficient with learning new tools like the Nearpod.
I know we talked about with, you know, being just the elementary music teacher with general music and not having someone to share ideas with, you know, is the complicated and the challenging part. It is nice to have with our high school teacher to take and share things, but it's still a little different with challenging.
Right.
So that's also a positive benefit. So we went through writing standards and you talked about certain ones that you're going to take and work on. So I highlighted those on the document to add into there. So we talked about that. Then we went to also the next one, which is like the assessment part, which is going into the project and like what do you want for instructional strategies for the students and multimedia. So you know you're going to have the video clips or the music clips that will be in Nearpod for them to go through. And then cultural, we talked about that with some of the background of the genre that you're going to talk about on the Nearpod. And active listening with the students based on listening to the music that you're going to take and play your music choice. And then them responding from it. So nice. So thank you.
Yes.
I'm going to stop the video.